Hey, what's up? This is Chris Craddock, and we are back in our series on passive income. This is the whole goal of this channel, is to teach you how to make $1 million. Not just make, right? Because grossing $1 million is making it. Netting $1 million is keeping it. Subject to, that is what we're going to look at next. So what does subject to mean? Some people have heard it called subject to, creative financing. Here's what it is. Subject to is when somebody owns a property, they're willing to do what's called owner financing, which means they are going to keep the loan on their house and you are going to assume their loan. So let's say they owe $200,000 on their house and you're going to buy the property for $200,000. You just take over that loan. In the way that mortgages in America are set up, there's something called an amortization schedule or an AM schedule, which is how the mortgage payment breaks down, right? This gets a little bit into the weeds, but if you look at it, an average mortgage payment is set where at the beginning of the 30 years, it's set over 30 years, at the beginning of the 30 years, you're paying almost all interest to the bank. Basically everything that goes in goes to the bank, and very little bit of that is principal that you're paying down the loan. But as you get to about year 15, almost all of it starts becoming more principal. You're paying the loan down a lot faster. So if you assume somebody's loan, let's say they're 10 years or 15 years into it, the best part about it is you can put a renter into that property, and every single month, most of the money that you're paying to the bank is actually principal. So your net worth is growing. What you owe on the house is so much less because you're chunking it down. At the beginning, it's just a small little bit, but at the end, it's a massive amount. Assume the house, take over the loan for the house, and you can put a renter in there that starts paying that off for you. So it costs almost no money down, because if you're gonna buy a rental property, you're looking at about 25% down. So a $200,000 house, you're looking at paying $50,000 down. Well, most people when they're starting in real estate investing don't have $50,000. But if you find somebody that's willing to let you assume their loan, boom, then you take over and you start having that money paid down. You start winning very fast. That is subject to, in a nutshell. We're gonna dive into it in much more depth in a future episode, but I want to touch all of these different pieces here. Last time we talked about house hacking. This time we're talking about subject to. Next time we're going to talk about short-term rental arbitrage. So with that said, click the link below, click on this bell at the top so that you can see when we're coming next time. But here's my gift to you. Here's my promise to you, is I went from having very little money to well over $1 million a year. I want to teach you guys how to do the same thing. So if you're going to listen to me, if you're going to trust me, I'm going to show you how to do it. And but we got to understand the game, and then we start putting it into play.